say goodbye.
So today I realized, while I was sitting over here, watching YouTube videos, playing Avowed, watching a little Phoenix Wright on the Switch every now and then, I realized something. I'm so fucking bored. So I decided to sit down my ass at the computer. I've got my last chicken nugget with some plum sauce, and I'm gonna be sitting here talking about the brand new Pokemon Present that is coming out, what? 2 days from now. So many people are hyped. The hype meters are through the roof, and it is mainly because Pokemon Legends ZA hasn't been talked about for over a year now. I'm pretty sure. Has it been over a year? How long has it been? Just gone 0 Dark 30 on us. Completely out of sight. So today I've written down here, I got a few spark notes. I spark notes this bitch. I got a few shit I want to talk about today, so I thought I'd sit down and talk about this whole new Presents, what we can expect, what I expect, what I would like to see, because there's a whole lot of stuff, people going around making bingo cards of this, that, we're gonna see this, that. Who cares? Who fucking cares if we're gonna see Scrafty join Pokemon Unite? Or, Delta EX cards from 2007 are gonna be coming to Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. Be on the lookout for that. And they're gonna take like fucking 7 minutes to detail that. Like, come on, get the fuck out of here. I don't care about any of that shit. We're all here for one thing and one thing only: Pokemon Legends ZA. That's it. That is it. We loved Pokemon Legends Arceus, one of the diamonds in the rough for Pokemon of the last 10 years, after they've dropped Dookie after Dookie after Dookie, especially Scarlet and Violet. And I'm someone who has 500 plus hours in Scarlet and Violet. I've played it so much. I have 8 boxes full of shiny Pokemon. Me and the boys, Kaylin, Dale, Ben, we were all on that bitch. Even Nathan was in chat with us while we were playing that. Nathan! And I'm telling you right now, it wasn't a good fucking game. It was a good game, but like it wasn't a good game, you know? Like the concept of Pokemon is timeless. You're never gonna get over that, you know? Like, but at the same time, this fucking looks like shit. Are you kidding me? And don't say it doesn't. We can scrap that conversation, because Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Breath of the Wild, Astral Chain, they all look fucking amazing. I'm sorry. They all look fucking amazing and have way less time and money than the Pokemon Company does. I mean, Christ on the cross, is the Pokemon Company, like, richer than Nintendo? Like, what's going on here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they make that much money at Pokemon. So there's no excuse for games to be terrible. And Legends Arceus was a diamond in the rough in that game. That game was amazing. They changed up the formula. They made a whole new... Why am I getting Fortnite invites from cousin Declan right now? Anyways, we are getting all sorts of news coming out of the... That just threw me off completely. Sorry, that just threw me off completely. Cousin Declan just sent me a Fortnite invite. I had to get it off the screen. I wasn't going to be able to continue. Anyways, there was a lot of, like, stuff you could do in Scarlet. By far one of the best home console Pokemon games. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still playable, but, like, considering what this company is, it is way below standards. Way, way, way below standards. Even fucking third-party fucking garbage games look nicer than Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like, come on, man. We deserve something better, and we got something better in Legends Arceus, and we're finally getting another one, Legends ZA. What is it about? What does it look like? What are we doing? Nobody fucking knows, because we haven't heard anything about it in over a year. And I'm going to be looking forward to that, and honestly, if they continue this trend of not showing this game at this next event, I swear to God, like, it won't change anything, but will this event be good? No, it needs to have Legends Arceus, Legends Zygarde, if it wants to actually be a solid event coming up. I'm sorry, you can't. I appreciate that you've gone 0 Dark 30 on us and not shown us anything. Don't rush this game like they have, like they've done. And they're not doing that this time, but for God's sakes, it's been a fucking year. You have a big Pokemon Presents coming up. This has to be on the docket. This has to be on the ballot. It has to be on the ticket. It has to be on the fight card. I'm sorry, it has to be there. And then everyone else will have a bingo card saying, oh, Pokemon Unite, we're gonna get some of that. Trading card. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I really don't. They're gonna take up, like, so much time talking about it, too, probably. It'll be like a 24-minute event. They'll spend, like 2 minutes on Legends ZA, and then the rest of it will, like, be, oh, Scrafty in Pokemon Unite, here's a costume for Gardevoir, here's a new character coming down the line, we're working on Gallade and Superior, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck. And let me hit up my Spark Notes real quick, because there was some stuff that got leaked. Skip this if you want, don't, whatever, who gives a fuck. I'm still gonna talk about it. There was a new multiplayer game that got leaked a long time ago in that big, like, Terra leak that came out. The stuff about Typhlosion and Octillery being, like, rapists and predators. That shit. There was another game that got leaked. It was, like, some multiplayer game where you could, like, ride on Pokemon. It was kind of, apparently, from what I've read, it played like Splatoon. I don't know about that. Because I loved Splatoon. I created the Splatoon official Nintendo account for Nintendo, and I fucking have receipts for that. So even if you don't believe that, I literally have the receipts and I could show you. I'm not gonna show them because I don't really give a fuck right now, but I literally made that account, and it's gonna apparently play like Splatoon, like that shit. I don't like that. I probably won't play that for more than a day. Unite was cool. Unite was like multiplayer battler, you know, it was MOBA, whatever the fuck League of Legends is considered. That was fun for like a week. I had some cool highlights for that. I actually got a video on that, but like, these games don't resonate. By the time the next Pokemon Presents comes around, nobody's gonna be giving a fuck about Pokemon Unite or Pokemon Synapse. Same thing, like, I'm sorry. Legends ZA is the meat of this, and I'm really sorry. We need not only to see it, but we need some good time with it, because now is the time. Now is the time. We don't even have a release date for this game. Like, what is even going on in Pokemon World? Doesn't it sound so cheesy? Like, we were so conditioned to be on this schedule, like, of every 3 years we're gonna get a new generation, and then you just talk shit about these games. Now I'm sitting here saying, like, oh, we need this, bro. We need to hear about it. Holy fuck. It's so fucking double-edged, but still, like, you know what? These guys don't have a good enough track record for me to say, oh, it's okay, I'm gonna give them their time. They've not, like, these guys don't have a good track record, like, and some people are literally at the point where they're like, are these guys even fucking good developers? Like, did they ever have a handle on things after they got off of handheld? Did they ever really have a plan? Like, what was going on here? Even the 3DS games coming to the end of it were starting to, like, stall. The only reason guys like Mikey or anyone like that have, like, half-decent memories of those games is only because they actually had the full national decks all the way up to Naganadal, whatever the fuck that purple dragon's name is. See, I knew that. See, I know my lore. Dale was hyped up when he heard me say that. I know he was. Anyway, so without more yapping about shit that we can't, just me yapping, let's get into the real meat of stuff. We got ZA, we need to get into that. But apparently, if I can just switch over here for a moment, we got a new rumor suggests an upcoming classic Pokemon port collection. Contains gens 1 through 3. This is huge, by the way. Like, this is, say what you want about the state of Pokemon now. Maybe you're over it, maybe you're not. This is fucking huge. Contains generations 1 through 3. Pokemon Memories. Has Red, Gold, Ruby, and Fire Red. Pokemon Reminiscence. Blue, Silver, Sapphire, and Leaf Green. Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald are up for digital purchase. Home support, March 13th release date. Could you fucking imagine it? Look at the link down at the bottom. That's my music playing that you're listening to. Shout out to that. Nintendo and Lo-Fi 3. Like, what? Anyways, here's some shitty article I had up. And they also were talking about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, though. That's a good point. But now we're getting into, like, I want territory. Odds are, we're not getting fucking any of this. And odds are, we're barely getting news on ZA. We're probably just going to see this. Next trading card game pocket set. New Unite roster reveal. Oh, wow. This is the meat of it. Like, I'm sorry. We got to spend some good time on Legends ZA. It's about time. You guys have been in silence for a great amount of time. working on this. I appreciate that. I love that from you. I appreciate that you're actually doing shit that the fans wanted you to do, which is something Pokemon never does. Not only do they not do what the fans have been asking them to do, they actively don't, like, hear us out at all. Like, there's no means of connection with the Pokemon Company. You get what you get, and we go disappear, like we're some indie company. And I hate that about them. I fucking hate that about the Pokemon Company. They act like they're some small indie studio that works for Nintendo, when you're quite literally almost the fucking size of Nintendo. Like, no, you're insulting indie companies. Like, come on. You don't, like, what is this way of operation that goes on at the Pokemon Company? Like, I actually fucking hate it. They think they're so massive because all they do is sell merch, plushies, and garbage. But no, dude, you've been in the shitter. Do you not see? You don't see these people around you? No, they don't, because Pokemon never has. But this is like turning over a whole new, not just a whole new leaf, a whole new fucking continent. Like, this is serious business. We've been asking these guys for, oh my god, like a decade and a half now for them to put this on. We asked them to do this for the Wii U, the 3DS, fucking, maybe even the Wii, for Christ's sake. You know, like, it's been going down pretty far. Maybe not the Wii, maybe that's a bit of a stretch. But this is huge, because I'll tell you this from experience. Could you imagine transferring Pokemon in the game? Like, let's say you buy a copy of Pokemon Sapphire off eBay for like $200 fucking dollars, and then you play it, you love it, you have great memories with it, you have a party of 6 great Pokemon. Maybe you have Latios, Rayquaza, Kyogre, bunch of cool Pokemon that you want to transfer up into your Pokemon Scarlet, because you want to, you know, move them up, keep them alive, put them into Pokemon Home. Do you know how fucked up the process is for that? I'll tell you the worst process, because I'm playing it right now with my cousin Andrew. It's called Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, and we've got a whole bunch of cool Pokemon we've been using over it, and he loves them, and he wants those Pokemon, so I was like, sure, you can have them. We can transfer them up. The process is disgustingly fucking hard. You take these Pokemon, and you have to trade one by one. Each Pokemon you want to trade with a copy of Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Then you had to move them up to Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or Diamond and Pearl. I don't know about how Heart Gold and Soul Silver work, but I know how Diamond and Pearl and Platinum work. And it was the worst thing ever. You had one day, you could transfer 6 Pokemon over, you had to run around some wild area, catch them, and they might not even stay in the ball when you find them. So you have to go back and find them elsewhere. And then you had to wait a whole day. I don't really remember how it works. I think you had to like change your time or something like that. Some people said it didn't work. I remember being able to do it, but it was just such a tedious fucking process. I don't know what they were thinking when they did it. And then after that, you had to move them to Black and White. And then you could use Pokemon Transfer to move them over to Pokemon Bank. And mind you, you had to beat the game in every single game in order to do any of this. You had to beat the game in Sapphire and Ruby to trade Coliseum and XD. Vice versa, you had to beat those GameCube games. Same for Pokemon Platinum and Diamond and Pearl. If you wanted to receive Pokemon from these older games, you had to beat the game. Black and White had to beat the game. X and Y had to beat the game. And then once you got them in Pokemon Bank, then you can transfer them to Pokemon Home. And then you have your guys. And do you know how long that takes? Like, it's disgusting. This saves people not only so much time, but money. Like I said, Pokemon Sapphire copies could range from all sorts of prices. Original, authentic Game Boy cards, because they never re-released these ever. They were like, let's just make Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. They won't care. That'll suffice. No, put the fucking classics back up, man. Like, the fuck? The only way of playing these games is buying scalper prices, and at that point you don't even know if your game's fucking real. Some guy may have just manufactured his own fucking cartridge of Emerald and sold it to you for $200 just to find out it's a fake. Like, Jesus Christ on the Crimson Cross. This should have happened a long time ago. And you know what's funny? Odds are this is not even happening. This rumor is just some garbage that was found on Reddit. So let's take a look. Pokemon Memories and Pokemon Reminiscence. Both are collections of Gen 1 to 3. Co-developed by Nintendo. Presumably Nerd. They do the NSO emulators. And the Pokemon Works studio formed by TPC and ILCA. Memories includes Red Gold, Ruby, and Fire Red, like we said. The other ones contain the other ones. Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald are standalone, digital only, but are included as a download code bonus in the physical double pack, which the fuck I'm getting if that's real. Digital versions released same day. I had to exhale there just to come back to realization that no, this isn't fucking happening. You're an idiot for believing it. Physical releases on March 13th. Not sure about pricing, it wasn't shown. Digitally, all games in the collection are available standalone too. They're individual apps. A big talking point in the presentation is that because all games in the collection will have two-way home support, the gap between Gens 1 and 2 3 has officially been bridged. You can get the Gen 3 ribbons and contest battle memory ribbons on Gen 4 to 9 Pokemon that are available in Gen 3. I didn't even realize that was a thing. All those fucking, like, old classic generation ribbons or whatever the fuck that you can find on your Pokemon are just obsolete, because I guess they weren't in Alpha Sapphire. Like, Christ, bud. Home support will be rolled out per gen, though, not available right away. No timeline was given. Online play is mentioned, but not other than stating you can use all link features with people near and far via local or online communications. They showed Gen 1 trade and Gen 2 battle, RS contest, and FRLG Union Room. So that's the contest in Ruby and Sapphire in the Union Room in Fire and Leaf. Whoa! AMA. I don't have access to the rest of the presentation other than the headlines. Pokemon Go, Masters EX, trading card games, sleep tie-in events, animation updates, and a ZA trailer. Now that's like that's an average fucking day for another company releasing their shit. But for Pokemon, that's an all-timer. That is an all-timer presentation. If this fucking Reddit guy is true, holy shit. Meanwhile, look at these guys. I found this on an account called the Hidden Power Podcast. Shoutouts to them. 4,914 followers. They do some cool stuff. I literally don't know what it is because I only know about this tweet. But they got down here Legend ZA artwork. Pokemon Coliseum for Nintendo Switch. Never happening. This is what's going to round out the end of this video. Pokemon Coliseum and XD remakes. Never fucking happening. I don't care about Unite. I don't care about Sleep. I don't care about the new multiplayer game that got leaked a long time ago. I don't care about that garbage because that stuff comes and go. That's the filler. That's the washroom break stuff, honestly. But Legends ZA, that Pokemon Classics, that's the meat of the stuff. This shit, Pokemon Coliseum and XD, remakes, never happening. Get it out of your mind. Never happening. It is never going to happen. I don't know what it is that happened with these two games that Nintendo and Pokemon refused to acknowledge it. Aside from that one tweet Pokemon did a few, months back now? Acknowledging that they turned, 20 years old or something like that? Actually, I think it was just in January they did that because they came out in, 2005. I think they both came out 2005 or something like that, and then it was, their 20th anniversary. So that's crazy. That was crazy that they acknowledged that, but that's as far as it's going to go. There's no way these are getting remade. I don't know why they refuse to acknowledge it. It's probably only because it was developed by a company called Genius Sonority, and I don't even think they exist anymore. It wasn't developed by the Pokemon company, GameFreak, sorry. The guys who develop. So the Pokemon company is its whole giant entity. GameFreak is the development company that works on the games. And I'm really wondering if Game Freak are actually competent fucking developers now that they're given a real task to do with one of the premier gaming franchises of all time. It's really fucked up. But a Coliseum remake and an XD remake would feed generations of families. Mikey has never played those games. Those games are amazing. They were Legends Arceus before Legends Arceus was a thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't the same concept, but it was blazing a trail, you know, and that's what I love about those older games. They blaze trails. Nowadays we don't do that anymore. Other companies do that. Pokemon does not do that. Pokemon has proven that they do not do that. With the graphics of Scarlet and Violet, they proved that they take one step forward. That's actually not really a step forward. They've just painted it to look like one to us idiot fans who don't see it. But then they realistically, they're taking 2-3 steps back. They just are. I don't understand. I might be asking a lot, but I don't think I am. I think this whatever this guy leaked, this is not gonna happen. No way this is gonna happen. But this guy's event is an all-timer for Pokemon. But it's just like an average day for like that's a Sony State of Play any day. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck. It's ridiculous. Doesn't come close to a Nintendo Direct. Like, fuck. These Pokemon Presents are just so overrated. But it's Pokemon Day. It's an anniversary coming up. I expect this classic collection. I really do. Or, I not expect. I really, really want this classic collection, man. I can't really have intentions of expecting this, because why the fuck would they drop this? They're Pokemon company. They don't like us. Anyways, I think this, in order for this event to succeed, we need a good chunk of ZA. I'm sorry, we can't really, if they're not showing this classic collection, we cannot just have a ZA trailer. We need more. We need information afterwards. We need the guy standing there talking about it like it's a direct, alright? Like, otherwise this is gonna go down the fucking toilet. I'm sorry, because a lot of this other stuff, Sleep, Pokemon Trading Card Game, Masters EX, I fucking forgot about that. And Pokemon Go, like, that is all filler slop. That is, like, chump shit, is what that is. And we're not interested in that. We're interested in the big fucking meat. The big Darius. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me. I basically just ranted about Pokemon, but I also, in between, told you what I expect from this event. I think. I expect ZA to be a powerhouse. And if this Classics collection is true, then yeah, I expect that. But if it's not, then I need ZA to deliver big time. Anyways, we'll see you in 2 days. I will be live streaming this at 7 in the morning. I have work tomorrow at 7 a.m. I go home, go to sleep, wake up 7 a.m. again for this event. I will be live on this YouTube channel. Come back and check me out. I fuck with you. I love you. And as always, you mustn't touch the crystals. And as usual, please have yourself a damn good one. And I will see you next time.